Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 10, Text number 5. Avataranucharitam Harishchasyanuvartinam Pumsam Ishakata Prokta Nanakyanopabrimhita. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation. The science of God describes the incarnation of the personality of Godhead and His different activities together with the activities of His devotees. Purport. During the course of the existence of the cosmic manifestation, the chronology of history is created, recording the activities of the living entities. People in general have a tendency to learn the history and narrations of different men and times. But due to a lack of knowledge in the science of God, they are not apt to study the history of the incarnations of the personality of God. It should always be remembered that the material creation is created for the salvation of the conditioned souls. The merciful Lord, out of His causeless mercy, descends to various planets in the material world and acts for the salvation of the conditioned souls. That makes the history and narrations worth reading. Srimad Bhagavatam offers such transcendental topics of the Lord in relationship with great devotees. Therefore, the topics of the devotees and the Lord are to be given respectful oral reception. Thus end the Bhakti Vedanta purport. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So this is a continuation of list of 10 topics covered by Srimad Bhagavatam. The 10 characteristics of Srimad Bhagavatam, which Shukadeva Goswami has mentioned, is the limit of human intelligence. The highest inquiry that a human being can perform falls in these 10 categories. And beyond this, there is nothing that human being can inquire. So that means Srimad Bhagavatam is the ultimate literature, ultimate scripture that can fulfill any intellectual capacity of human being. So, in the previous verses, already 6 topics have been enumerated, elaborated. Today is the 7th topic. So, Atra Sarga Visarga. So, Sarga Visarga. Sarga is primary creation. Visarga is secondary creation. And Then Sthanam, the planets or living entities exist. Then Poshanam, the protection of the Supreme Lord. And then Utayaha is the impetus for action, which is the fruitive activities. And then Manvantara, Manvantaras who have brought down the regulations for mankind. And then today's topic is Isha Anukata. Isha Anukata. So descriptions of the pastimes of the Supreme Lord in various incarnations. It doesn't simply include only pastimes of the Lord. It also includes the Lord's devotees also. That's why here it is mentioned, Nana Akhyano Pabrahmhita. Anuvartinam Haresh Chasyanuvartinam. Avatara Anucharitam, the Lord's incarnations, Charitam, activities. And Hare, the Supreme Lord's Anuvartinam, his followers also. Pumsam Ishakata Prokta. So this description of these things, the Supreme Lord, the incarnations, his different activities, and the activities of his devotees. This is actually Ishanu Kata. So Srimad Bhagavatam is transcendental literature which is resplendent, filled with the narrations of the Lord, his activities, and the activities of his devotees. So Kunti Devi in her prayers, she offers Kechida Vratam Jatam Punya Slokasya Kirtai Ajasyo Priyasan Vavai Yado. So Kunti Devi is giving various reasons. For what reason Lord is incarnating? So Kunti Devi, some people are thinking that Lord has come to please Devaki and Vasudeva. He has come to please Yadu, Yadavas. The Lord has come to kill demons and protect his devotees. Among the various reasons that the Lord is appearing, one of the reasons is that he appears and performs various pastimes in order for the living entities to create topics for the living entities to discuss. So today we are sitting and discussing some leelas. That has happened only because of the Lord's engagement in certain those pastimes. Otherwise, we have no chance of discussion. Like people ask, especially other religious people, they ask, why you think Lord is coming? Why God is coming in your religion? God keeps coming and does. So one of the reason is he provides the opportunity for us to discuss about his topics. Otherwise, what is there? God is there. I have to see on top and keep praying to him. This is not just religion. This is what we are seeing narrowed down on. Okay, whatever, any problem, you pray to him. No. You can discuss about him. And what and all you can discuss? There are 90 stories in Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto. And so many other pastime stories are there. So in the beginning of Bhagavatam, this Shukadeva Goswami, before he answers Maharaj Parikshit's inquiry on what he has to do at the time of death, he first glorifies Shukadeva Goswami about his inquiry. And then he says, Nrinam santi sahasrashaha. People, because they have got tendency to hear katha, as Prabhupada is saying here, people have a tendency to hear about histories, biographies, about so many people, big people. There are every person is now writing his own autobiography because there is a big market. So people want to hear history, big people, their activities, how he became big, all those things. So there is a great tendency in every human being about to hear, affiliation to hear, affinity to hear. But however, what has happened? Nam santi sahasrashaha. Human beings have created so many topics for hearing, which is alternative to Krishna Katha. The tendency to hearing is there, but unfortunately it is misused, misdirected. So many, you see newspapers, so many newspapers. Daily newspaper, now there is a evening newspaper, one more is there. Earlier, when first beginning days TVs were there, that time news was morning 10 minutes, news will be there, that's all. That 10 minutes, everyone will be waiting. What is the news? What is happening? That also beginning of TV communications. That 10 minutes, 7 o'clock or sometime it used to come. Then they slowly started evening. You see, there is a tendency, I want to know more what is happening. Then suddenly they started 24 hours news. When I joined first, that time this 24-hour news channel, I think that time that there was this plane hijack from Afghanistan, plane hijack something. And when I went to one donor, that time to have a 24 hours news channel means he's a rich man, a big man. So he used to have that and continuously he is watching. 2-3 times we went to him that day itself. First time we went, he told I am busy. Second time we went, I am busy. Third time we went. And every time his full attention is what is going to happen. Hijack, live, they are showing. Live means nothing is there, only aeroplane is visible. Inside what is happening, no one knows. So I was shocked. 24 hours, what is there to show? And today we are seeing so many 24-hour news channels are there. So many. See, because people want to hear, continuously hear. Then there are so many reporters are there in each. I was shocked when I came to Andhra, first time Vizag I came. In other place, Karnataka and all, there are not so many reporters. But in Andhra, every area has some 2-3 reporters. And every area there is one newspaper. One special paper will be there for that area. Gajuvaka, one paper will be there. Pendurti, one paper will be there. Anandpuram, one paper. Bhimli, one paper. We have not seen these things in other states. That means what? They want to hear more and more. So many magazines are there. And now, Facebook, Twitter, only filled with information. What is that? Katha. They want to give only stories. They are all exploiting the affinity of a human, of the jiva, to hear. That is the only thing. If that affinity is not there, over Twitter, Facebook, finished. Their business is finished. But it is there. And they are continuously, now information overload is happening so fast. So, hearing those katha, those Gramya katha, what is happening? The living entity is getting more and more entangled in this material world. It is actually poisonous. He is getting more and more entangled in the cycle of birth, death, old age and disease. However, this material world the Supreme Lord has created for the purpose of reformation of the jivas who have rebelled against the Lord. They have been put here. And reformation means they have to become servants of the Supreme Lord. Get information about Supreme Lord. Here, to give up that rebellious nature, they have to continuously hear about the Supreme Lord. And only that is the solution. Nivrittatarshaya rupagiyamana bhavaushado chotrau aushadi. It is the only medicine about Krishna Katha. In Krishna book, the very first introduction, Prabhupada writes, anyone who reads Krishna book will get impeccable happiness instilled in his heart. Happiness is what? Our experience is happiness sometimes comes, sometimes goes. And whenever we experience happiness, we are afraid it will go away. It's like Sankranti, suppose holidays are there. Children are very happy. But there is a fear also. Sankranti will be over one day. Summer vacation will come. They are very happy. But their fear also is there. One day it will go again, they have to go to school. Suppose there is a feast. Our happiness is, so much of prasadam, nice. Also there is a fear, everything will go finish. If I eat of everything once, then everything. So sometimes they eat very slowly, especially children, no? If you give something very delicious, slowly he will eat, so that his enjoyment is prolonged. So, material world, any happiness, it will go away. But if anyone wants that happiness which cannot be taken away, impeccable happiness, that he can get only by hearing Krishna Katha, Krishna Leela, Krishna pastime, pastimes of the Supreme. Any other pastime if he hears, any other pastime if he hears, it will only increase anxiety. Even if it is some so-called good feeling news. In news column, no? In any newspaper, there is a separate section, good news. If all other news is disturbing, just read this good news, you will be happy. Like that. But that also will not give happiness. In fact, when our Krishna, Little Krishna video was released, first 2 episodes are like that. One of the comments by the viewer was that too much of violence. Krishna. Every episode, what is Krishna doing? Almost at the end, Krishna is killing some demon. And I was thinking, correct, no, too much of violence. People is there. That is when he sees such a violence, suppose in any other movie or any other, he is enjoying. He is not thinking too much of violence. His understanding is, when I see Krishna Leela, it should be nice pastime of Krishna with gopis and all that. Beautiful, happy, joking, Anandamaya. Violence is there. But we hear from Srila Prabhupada's teachings that whether Krishna engages in violence, war, or his engagement with his parents and gopis and gopalakas, everything is transcendental. It only gives transcendental happiness, purification and transcendental happiness. So, in that introduction, Srila Prabhupada writes, if anyone is interested in politics, in war, in romance, love, you can find everything, satisfaction of all that information in Krishna book. So Krishna has come, the Lord, not only Lord Krishna, all the different avatars, to fulfill that inquisitiveness, that desire in every jiva to hear. We ask for any katha, any, you want to hear tragic, you want to hear romantic, you want to hear uh, thriller, horror, everything is there in different activities of the Supreme Lord, pastimes of the Supreme. All that can be satisfied in the Vedic. In fact, many great thinkers, they accept that Mahabharata is a great epic, gives all kinds of different situations in life. You can see in Mahabharata. All kinds of different situations. And of course, some people say also that many of the movies, they have been inspired by Ramayana and Mahabharata. Like Star Wars, those are all very popular series. They're all been inspired by Ramayana and Mahabharata. Many accept also, many directors they say also, producers and story writers, we are inspired by this story. Recently also some movie has come and the director openly says, I have been inspired by Mahabharata. So, the Supreme Lord, he has incarnates and performs various pastimes in order for the jivas for them to discuss these topics. Any big thing that happens, people talk about it. Like a day before yesterday, India has won Champions Trophy. Everyone is talking. Only that topic. How they have won, become so big, this, that, and so like that. So among the 10 topics, one of the topic is this Isha Anukataha. Bhagavatam is filled with it. So today is also actually Madhavendra Puri disappearance day. So there is wonderful pastime, because pastime of the Lord, pastime of his devotees and his activities. So in that context we can hear wonderful pastime of Madhavendra Puri and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had heard about Madhavendra Puri and his glories previously from his spiritual master. And after taking sannyas, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, for some days he lived in Advaita Acharya's house, Shantipura. And taking this opportunity, Shachi Mata, she used to cook for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu every day. Because this is the last option, last opportunity. He will go away to Puri, then she cannot see him, neither can she serve him. So she started preparing wonderful dishes. And whole day, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will live, and all the Nadia and Mayapur, they all residents, they have come there, camped there, and they are continuously listening and listening Krishna Katha and doing Sankirtan and having nice prasadam. And every day, after every few days, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu say, okay, now I am going to go to Puri. And then again some devotee, no Mahaprabhu, please another 2-3 days, please stay. And out of love and affection, another 2-3 days, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So another 2-3 days, Sachivata is getting opportunity for serving him. So like that, it went on few days. Finally, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu decided that henceforward no more request. I am going to leave, go to Puri. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu leaves to Puri along with 4 assistants that Advaita Acharya gives. Offers 4 assistants to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu takes those 4 and go. He comes from Nadia, West Bengal to Jagannath Puri. While he is coming, on the way, he reaches Remuna, Kshirchor Gopinath temple. Today's Kshirchor Gopinath temple. And there, that particular temple, we all know it is famous for the particular pastime of Madhavendra Puri. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he reaches there, he narrates this pastime of Madhavendra Puri to all the associates who have come there. First he has darshan. He sees the wonderful form of Gopinath, and then he sees the different offerings. He does Sankirtan, and after all of that, then they start discussing about Madhavendra Puri. So, who is actually Madhavendra Puri? He is one of the acharyas in our parampara, but we just cannot say one of the acharyas because he is the link between Madhva Sampradaya and Gaudiya Sampradaya. So he is actually disciple in the parampara of Madhvacharya, but he brings in Radha Krishna worship. Till then, till Madhavendra Puri, there is no worship on conjugal love till the point of Madhavendra Puri. So it is Madhavendra Puri who he starts actually worship of Radha Krishna in conjugal mood. Till then it is like we have seen Madhvacharya's Mata in Udupi. Only Krishna is worshipped with awe and reverence. But introduction of worship of Radharani in the mood of loving, conjugal love, Gopi Bhava, all that brought by Madhavendra Puri. So therefore he is considered a very important link. From there, Madhavendra Puri actually Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya begins. That's a branch. So Madhavendra Puri is he was a sannyasi. Generally a sannyasi has an assistant. Every sannyasi. But Madhavendra Puri never had any assistant. He never kept any assistant. He wanted to travel and preach alone. So like that he used to travel Orissa, Bengal. And once he reached Vrindavan, he used to stay in Vrindavan also. So while he is in Vrindavan, he was doing Govardhan Parikrama. So these are all narration by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. So he did Parikrama of Govardhan, and that day he was fasting. And after finishing the Parikrama, he is at Govinda Kund, sitting there, very tired after the Parikrama. While he is trying to take rest underneath a tree, a beautiful boy with a pot of milk, he comes and offers that milk pot to Madhavendra Puri. He says, Baba, please take this. I am seeing that you are very tired. Just by hearing that voice, Madhavendra Puri's tiredness vanishes. So happy, his heart is filled with happiness. Just by hearing that voice of that beautiful boy. And by seeing him, he is in ecstasy. And then he accepts that milk, very hungry, so he drinks the delicious milk he has never ever drank. He appreciates that and he talks to the boy and he says, where are you from? Who are you? It's just like elderly, they talk to small kids. No? So the boy, he says, no, I am one of the residents of this nearby place. The place is known that no people in the surrounding should go hungry. So I am offering this pot to you. And nearby women, they saw that you are very tired. They informed me. Hence, I have brought this milk pot for you. So like that he says, and he says, I will come back, and he goes away. So Madhavendra Puri is looking at the way he is going away, and he traces back. He could not find him. So remembering him, that sweet voice and that sweet milk, he sleeps underneath the tree. And in the dream, the same boy appears. And he says, you see, I have been stuck in these bushes, thorns and bushes from so many years. And you please help me to get out of this and worship me. So immediately Madhavendra Puri wakes up. He goes, sees, he actually calls nearby villagers, and then he goes and sees there is a beautiful deity of Gopala. And immediately he brings that deity out, builds a small temple and starts worshipping. Of course, a big description is there, how he starts. Not I told 2 lines. Big description is there. So many days of Abhishekam is done, so many days of festival, Annakuta, and all nearby villagers, they come and bring offerings. And like that, big festival has happened. 2 years passed by. Madhavendra Puri has appointed some two Brahmanas. They are going to take care of the worship. 2 years have passed by. And again, after 2 years, he gets a dream. And the same Gopala, in the dream, he says, you see, I have asked you on that day to remove me from that place. Lot of heat was there in my body. You did Abhishekam. Some cooling has happened, but I am not fully cool. Lot of heat is still there. I request you, you go to Puri, Jagannath Puri. No load vehicle, that a lorry and truck, nothing. He has to walk personally all the way from from Vrindavan to Puri. So he walks all the way along with his assistants, goes to, on the way to Puri, he comes to Remuna. So in Remuna, while he takes the wonderful darshan of Gopinath, and there that offering is happening. So he is contemplating how I can improvise worship in my temple, seeing the worship, awe and reverence worship that is happening in his temple. The devotee is always thinking in that way. So then he sees that good pots of prasadam is coming and it is appearing very special. So he is thinking that such kind of foodstuffs we should also offer to Gopala. So while he is thinking like that, he asks the Pujari, what is this you are offering? So Pujari says, so this is very special that we make only for the Lord. Nowhere it is available. So sweet and nectarian, therefore we call it Amrita Keli. So the way Pujari describes, Madhavendra Puri is a wonderful special dish. I want to taste that so that I can prepare that for my Lord Gopala. So thinking like that, immediately it strikes him that still that pot is not offered to the Lord. Even thinking is considered offensive before it is offered. Generally we tell outside, don't eat food before it is offered to the Lord while you are cooking. People have the tendency to taste in between. No? You should not do. That is gross level. Subtle level, even thinking, you cannot even think while you are cooking. Oh, nice sabji I am making. It will be very tasty. I will enjoy this much. I will eat this. That's why our cooks, they don't tell what is the offering that is. Because Prabhu, tomorrow what is the feast, Prabhu? Oh, nice gulab jamun. Nicely. I'll prepare my stomach for gulab jamun. So that already that bhoga is contaminated because of your contemplation of enjoyment. So Madhavendra Puri, very sensitive. He considers that he has offended by thinking that I have eaten it. So immediately he leaves the temple and goes, sits underneath a tree nearby market and is thinking, I have offended. And he fasts and he sleeps. Actually that day, I think was Ekadashi or something like that. So the Lord, he is also want to satisfy his devotees. Devotee want to satisfy the Lord. Lord also want to. So this is a very rare desire. Madhavendra Puri's special characteristic is he never asks anything from the Lord. That's a devotee's, pure devotee's nature. He will not ask anything. Especially Madhavendra Puri is very special in this. And once something he has asked, he has not asked, he is as thinking, contemplating, if I can taste this. So Lord has taken that very seriously. And what he has done in the night, when the bhoga was being collected by the prasadam was being collected by Pujari in the altar, the Lord stolen one pot and is kept behind him. So Lord, in the dream of the Pujari, he comes into the dream of the Pujari and he tells the Pujari, see, I have stolen one pot and kept it behind myself. Please take up that pot and hand over to my dearmost devotee, Madhavendra Puri. He is there in the marketplace. So that Pujari wakes up. He is unable to believe such things can happen. Anyway, he goes and opens the altar and checks. Really a pot is there. And really Gopinath has kept that pot. So he is surprised, he is so happy that Lord has done this pastime for this devotee, I want to see him. So he goes out and keeps shouting, where is this Madhavendra Puri? Who is Madhavendra Puri? So Madhavendra Puri, in the dead of night, he wakes up. Someone is calling him in late night. In Ramuna, no one knows him. Specifically, his name is being called. He wakes up and sees that there is a pujari, and he brings that pot and he narrates all this that has happened. So Madhavendra Puri is very joyous, ecstatic. He tastes that prasadam, becomes more ecstatic. And after taking that prasadam, he breaks that pot, keeps that pieces with him, and every day so that this thing he remembers whole life, that the Supreme Lord, for his sake, he kept a prasadam pot for him. And then, while thinking, he also considers that now this news will spread all over this area, and from tomorrow, people will come and worship me, glorify me. No, I am not worthy of this. And then immediately he leaves to Puri. As soon as he reaches Puri, this news has already spread before he reaches to Puri. He is welcomed with awe and reverence into Puri. So Prabhupada, in one of the article, he says, actually devotee is not interested in any reputation and fame. Reputation runs behind him. Bhakti Mukalitanjali Sevayat. Bilomangal Thakur, he says, but anyone who is a devotee, all the facilities, material facilities, including moksha, they want to serve that devotee, and devotee rejects, I don't want. So we can see clearly in this case, he has no interest in reputation, and already his reputation reached in Puri. So he is very uncomfortable there. But somehow, because it is his service, he has to collect that sandalwood. Therefore, he stays for a few days. He talks to the Sevaites of Jagannath temple. I have come for this purpose. The Lord has come in my dream. They very nicely, they support. The big logs of sandalwood is given to him, and they give him 2 more assistants. You take this assistant, and they will help you to transport this sandalwood sticks. So like that, Madhavendra Puri carries that and comes. Again he comes to Ramuna, and there when he is sleeping, again the Lord Gopala, he comes in his dream and he says, whatever you brought, that sandalwood paste, already I have accepted it. Sandalwood that you brought, and please offer that same sandalwood paste and camphor to my own self as Gopinath in the temple. Myself and Gopinath, there is no difference. Please offer that sandalwood paste there. So then Madhavendra Puri again wakes up. He asks his assistants to prepare the sandalwood paste with camphor, offers to Gopinath. So like this, a wonderful pastime has happened. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, glorifying Madhavendra Puri, he says, Madhavendra Puri was so fortunate that Krishna personally appeared before him, and in the form of delivering milk, 3 times the Lord gave order to Madhavendra Puri in dreams. So one is personally came to him. 3 times the Lord came in his dream ordering. One is the first time when he asked him to remove from the bushes. Second, the Lord appeared for camphor, offering camphor to him. Third, to offer camphor to sandalwood and camphor to Gopinath. On the account of Madhavendra Puri, Lord Gopinath stole the sweet rice, and thus he became known as Kshirchor Gopinath. To this day, this is the name of the temple, Kshirchor Gopinath, which means the thief who stole the sweet rice. So the Lord's pastime, Lord's devotees pastime. So 3 wonderful lessons that we can learn from Madhavendra Puri life. One is that Madhavendra Puri, he gave up this material world, sannyasi. Sannyasi means negative, gives up everything. That is one negative side. But what does he do positively? He engages in devotion of the Supreme Lord. Not that he has given up that also. So when the Lord ordered him to do some service, immediately he was ready to do anything. Traveling, talking to people, gathering them, preaching them, encouraging them in devotion service. These are all little difficult things. Well, a sannyasi to interact with people, worldly people, all these things. But he involved on all of that. In spite he was a sannyasi. So sannyasi's main duty is not to give up. His main duty is to engage in Krishna's service 24 hours. So like that we see wonderful lesson that a devotee should be engaged positively in Krishna's service without any hesitation. Second, this Prabhupada has listed this. Second thing we see, Madhavendra Puri took a vow that he will not ask for anything from the Lord. But here, the Lord is wanting to give. He brought pot of milk. He brought reputation to him. That's a pure devotee's sign. He never asked anything from the Lord other than service. Other than service, aspiration for service, devotee has no desire to ask from the Lord. And another thing that Prabhupada mentions is, a devotee is not at all worried, give any value to recognition, name and fame, recognition in the society, some value should be there, self-esteem, nothing. In fact, Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur says, only pigs are interested in stool. So he says, reputation, name and fame is like like stool. Who is interested in stool? If you keep stool, water will be drooping from pig's mouth. Others, water will dry up in anyone's mouth. So, that pig mentality, they will be interested. Oh, I want reputation, name and fame, recognition, seniority, juniority, upadhi. But whereas ours is sarvapadi vinirmuktam, they don't want anything. We see that greatly exhibited in Madhavendra Puri Pastime. He could have stayed there and accepted all awe and reverence in Remuna. But he became afraid. Oh, I don't want this reputation. He ran away. But reputation ran behind him. So that's a great thing we hear from pastime of Madhura. So like this, the Lord incarnates, performs various pastimes with his devotees so that we can discuss, enjoy, relish and purify ourselves. And learn something and apply in our life. Okay. I will close here. Any questions? Yes.
We listen to frankly speaking, videos from senior devotees. In that way, they will say how they joined the movement, everything. Actually, we listen so many times of same devotees. So even though listening so many times, we won't feel any bore. It will like so much inspiration will come. Is it also like Lord reciprocation because there are senior devotees? Lord reciprocation is there, so it is also past.
Lord reciprocation in?
Means it is also like a pastime with them by the Lord.
With them means?
Means all the senior devotees, they struggle so much to struggle.
Yeah, that is also Leela of the Lord. That is also Leela. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Leela. He wants to spread Hare Krishna movement. He wants to spread Harinam. So he is using all the instruments in Krishna's service. So this is also Leela. Krishna's Leela. He is using all of us also. Everyone is using. As per our purity, he makes us the instrument. Like we may also think, why only Madhavendra Puri? Why not he is coming in my dream? We can complain. But that purity we don't have. He is ready to come in our dream. What is there for him? If he can incarnate, why he cannot come in dream? Correct? He can come. But whether we have that purity, Now, with whatever service we are getting, we are rejecting, we are hesitating, we are doubtful, we have our personal consideration. Oh, I can do, I cannot do, this is my status, not my status, why I should work hard, why I should listen to him. All these things are going on in our head. So once we get qualified in that way, serving under a pure devotee, if we get qualified, we also get qualified to directly serve under the Lord also. Otherwise, Lord is ready to come in the dream. But He is ready to come provided we are pure. Krishna also says Prabhupada also says, writes in Bhagavad Gita, in the meaning of Rishikesha. Prabhupada says Rishikesha means one who is the master of the senses, controller of the senses. So Krishna is the controller of senses. The next question comes, why he is not controlling my sense? So answer Prabhupada gives is, he controls the senses of the jivas according to their purification. So for a pure devotee, his senses are fully under control of Krishna. It is not that he is the pure devotee is desiring. So therefore, when we hear from instructions from pure devotees, Prabhupada says, it is as good as spoken by Krishna. So this is Krishna's purports are all Krishna's saying. So Krishna reveals those things to devotees also. Pastimes he involves according to the purity of the jiva. Purity of. So therefore, whenever we get service, we should never say no. If this is a practice. Suppose tomorrow Krishna comes in our dream. It is a hypothetical case. But in case he comes and we say, thank you, Mela, I am very old man, I cannot do, my health is not good, I have to sleep for so many hours. All these things, if you say to him, he will say, okay, you take rest, I am going to someone else. So devotee has to be spirited, ready. Then Lord will come. That's why he is saying, only you can do this task. Lord is telling to Madhavendra, you can do, therefore I am telling you. He is the master. If he says, we have to do. So the Lord will engage as per our purity. Directly also he will engage. Till then, we have to be trained under a pure devotee, under the guidance of pure devotees. We should take training how to engage in the service of the Lord without any hesitation, without any second thinking, oh, why not that, why not this? The order has come, just do it. Understood, no? ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की।